And there we go. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all having a great day here today. A lot to talk about here as far as the Fed, rate hikes, the kind of a new chapter, I guess I would say, in Fed policy going forward into 2024, which kind of makes sense after everything we've seen. But there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about here today, and I'll be answering a lot of you guys' questions as well. I guess before we get started, Loki wants to say hi. He's acting all nervous, but he just wants scratches. And there you go. Oh, gotta bring your head forward if you want to have scratches. I think he just wants to bite my fingers. There's nothing on my fingers. Yeah. Okay. He's coming off weird today, but that's okay. He came right back down here to get scratches on the head. That's what he's going for. But yeah. All right. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a great day. A few things before we start going to the normal spiel of the show today. Bitcoin did have a really good day. If you guys bought the breakout that we were talking about yesterday, or even some of the stochastic indicators and stuff like that were popping off, you guys made a little bit of money. I would still stick to day trading as far as I'm concerned. But really, I would say it's a really good day for Bitcoin. It took a little bit longer than I wanted to last night. Last night when we were talking about the charts and stuff like that, we closed off right around here during this 4 to 8 o'clock time frame. And I told you guys that aggressive traders would be taking this, but not me, because I don't want to be aggressive, because I was too scared of what might happen today when it comes to Jerome Powell coming out and giving some maybe hawkish speak or dovish speak. Jerome Powell was about as dovish as I've ever seen him before, and that was not in my calculations. I thought he still might try to calm the market down and say, hey, stop going up so fast. He said no such thing. He wants the market to go sky high at this point. At least that's what it feels like. And so I was wrong about that, I would say. But if you guys are looking for some of those day trades, they were there. I took a trade earlier today. It was more of this breakout trade because you saw the MACD coming up a little bit, not broken out completely, but we did see the stochastic pop up, which was nice. But overall, to be frank, I'm in and out of this trade. It was a very fast one within the day here. Swing traders, I still think it's kind of risky to be hopping in here. But I think if you guys are looking at those 4-hour charts, 1-hour charts, I think you guys are still fine. A couple of us that were watching this yesterday, see that breakout that happened right there? That was beautiful, following a change of character on the 1 hour. I think a lot of you guys were looking at this. In fact, a couple of you guys messaged me talking about this, and I was like, yeah, it looks like a good play. Just make sure to have a tight stop loss and you should be fine. So regardless if you guys bought right here or the breakout that right there, most people probably bought when once the confirmation was there. That stop loss either here or more reliably, actually down here on 41,000. It seems to have panned out. As far as what I'm looking for Bitcoin at this moment in time, this seems like another opportunity for people to load up for maybe another move later on today. I might give it a few more hours just to see if I can squeeze anything out of it, just because we are looking at some of the oscillators coming back down on the 1 hour and 2 hour chart. But again, nothing too crazy here. Primarily what you're looking for today on the 4-hour charts and the daily charts, before we start going all over the other cryptocurrencies and news, is this 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. 20 is still in play, but it looks like it might not be in play for maybe a few more days here. Realistically paying attention to what's happening at this point, we basically just bounced off the 20 and hit back up to levels of resistance. We're going to see if we can start going back up. Normally when we're in this pattern, it takes a few more days of consolidation before we try to break out to that, 44,000, for example, 46,000 and so forth. But I still think that that window's open. I'm still just going to recommend day trading at this point, though. It seems to be making me the most money here. Whereas if you're trying to hold for multiple days, you really haven't had a good opportunity, I would say, since the last breakout that we experienced back over here on December 1st. Ever since then, if you were trying to hold for multiple days, it really hasn't been working out in your favor just yet. I guess maybe if you were trading a breakdown, but even on the daily charts, the stochastic didn't turn around until here, and the MACD turned around right here. So you might have been looking only for the stochastic plus maybe a smaller breakdown, but that's kind of a hard thing to ask for, right? Okay, now a few different things before we start hopping in here as well. Oh, I gotta do this a little bit. There we go. So you're seeing altcoins come back up a little bit, kind of similar to Bitcoin. Not many altcoins are going sky high off of the news, but again, neither is Bitcoin. Some of the things out there, like Ethereum, still managing to hold some of those support levels, which is very nice. I think those aggressive traders are probably counting their money at this point. I'm counting a little bit, but not as much as if I would have bought down a little bit lower, right? Okay, so just to reiterate, the big news coming out today was the Fed is holding rates steady, and this is the caveat here. Indicates 3 cuts coming in 2024. That is huge. I would expect them to maybe even do more than 3 here. They are really banking next year on inflation just flat out crashing back down to 2%, and they do not care, it looks like, at this point. The fear here is, again, if you know, I don't know if you guys watched Benjamin's video a few days ago or a couple days ago now. The fear is that they lower rates too fast and inflation starts to accelerate. So if you guys want to see this rally continue without much hindrance, I would say, without the hindrance, you're really just banking on inflation continuing to come down more and more and more. The moment we have any type of uptick, people will be spooked by it. And if we have an uptick that takes us back up to 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, to me, that's a big signal that I need to be letting go of some positions and looking to buy back down lower. Same thing with what we saw back over in July. The market ticked back up just a tad, and it led to a couple months because, you know, or at least about a good month of us coming back down because everybody was worried about what was going to happen with the rate hikes and everything, and all that talk really started again. And in this circumstance next year, if you guys are worried about rate hikes, if we start to uptick, I don't necessarily think, because of the way Jerome Powell has positioned himself now, he's kind of boxed himself in. I don't think that means that he's going to be raising rates anytime soon. I just think people that are pricing in those rate hikes, they may end up thinking, oh no, he might only have 1 rate hike coming in 2024, and that's the big concern. At this point though, inflation's been coming down. It's kind of sticky because all we moved to was 0.1, 0.1%, which really isn't a lot. However, that's enough for the market to keep going higher, and you're seeing some delusions coming from the market, I would say, but those delusions are perfectly fine. You see different stocks out there. To hop over to stocks very fast. Breakouts. All right. You see Apple continuing its breakouts, right? All-time highs, looking at some really cool things. But then, of course, if you, maybe I should actually pull this up. I don't pull this up too often. There's a website out there called TradeZing. They're one of the sponsors of the channel. TradeZing, there we go. Got to log in here. Log in with Google. I'm here a lot. You know how Twitter has Twitter Spaces, or X has Spaces? They have their own spaces over here that I talk with, and you can see my pretty face up here where I do private streams. But yeah, so if I were to go over here very fast, and I want to go to their AI section. There you go. This is just something I always like to show you guys. Oh yeah, provide a summary of Apple Inc.'s business model. I think this will be fine. It's probably gonna give me too much information, but it's okay. They have a lot of companies you can use, but they're like building it out. I almost think of this as like a cryptocurrency exchange where they're just adding a whole bunch of tokens, but it takes them time to do so. But basically their services are growing, and you can see how their revenues have started to drop off a little bit. Those drop offs to me are signaling, hey, swing trading maybe a little bit, but those type of slowdowns that I'm looking at, I'm not too excited about them going forward, especially because everybody and their mom's talking about the slowing down of the economy. But I should be looking at, these are yearly, by the way, quarterly. There we go. You can already see some of that downward moves coming down a little bit. But this last one was in July, 2022. It's a little bit different here. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on some of this other stuff. Tesla had a recall. I don't think that's the end of the world, but yeah, Tesla's up 1% today after all the news. Really, swing trading on the stock market is where I'd be. Swing trading in the crypto market is not, excuse me, is not where I'd be. Oh, and of course I messed something up here. Clear list. There's a way to fix this. I remember there was a way to fix this, but now all of my things are messed up and not in the right order. Oh, shucks. Yeah, I messed this up. Table view. I will have to fix this a little bit later, perhaps, or maybe I can just refresh this page and it'll fix it for me. I did not refresh it. It's alphabetical now. Oh, there it is. Refresh. Oh, it only goes back one. Ah, yeah, I definitely screwed it up this time. But it's okay. I'll worry about it later. Let me just make sure that Bitcoin is at the top. This Bitcoin can be at the top too. Dogecoins towards the top. And I think we're okay. Okay. Hey, Unscripted Trades. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Gabriel, Nicholas, and Carl, GT. Happy to see all of you guys here. Let me see if I can do this right here. No, okay, I can't do that right there. All right. Hey, Gabriel. Loki tries to be as cute as possible. He likes to sleep by my feet most of the time. And then as soon as he's perfectly calm up until the point where I start streaming, because what he does is he hops over here on the right hand side. You guys can't see it right away, but all he's doing is stretching out his chest because he's like, oh, I just woke up, but Michael's talking, so something's here. But yeah, long story short, besides Loki stuff, this seems to be a loading zone for another opportunity to start hitting back up here towards 44,000. It feels more like a day trade to me. I'm looking at the oscillators kind of going a little bit more sideways here, not as bullish as they were obviously when we were breaking out, but still, it's an opportunity that a lot of people are going to be taking. The way I traded this today is I traded this breakout on the 2-hour chart and 1-hour chart. Change of character. I kind of loaded up during this candle, if you will, because everything was kind of bullish at that point. And then breakout happened, of course. That was a nice move. From there, I just let it ride. And I didn't let it ride too high. There's a... All right. I traded it till right here. Nice, simple at the 1. It did go up higher. It didn't reach the 1.618 level, but it still went up pretty well. Just to make this easier, though, I'm probably going to try to make this go back to 4. Yeah, that pops a little bit more on the screen, doesn't it? But yeah, so far I'm happy with the trade I made. It also took a few hours for that to actually happen. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. So a little bit. Basically, all I was doing today was editing. I'm trying to do one of those nicer style videos where I give you guys 5 top things. And I didn't go to that one place yet because I I'd say I haven't had time and I haven't had the will to just drive out to Tacoma for this. But what I've been doing is I've been pulling up my editing software, which I guess, you know, it's DaVinci Resolve, but not the free version, the actual paid version. The name of this is Vox Wannabe Copy because I'm trying to figure out how to do my editing. I've been spending the last few days trying to really focus on this. So basically I need to make the playback quarter. Yeah, okay. But basically, I don't think we have to listen to the volume here. There you go. But basically, I've been trying to figure out a way to make smoother videos. So this is like a quarter of the quality, I guess you would say. That way my computer can run the processing. But how do I make this go? I'm wondering if streaming and... Oh, there you go. Okay, so the fact that I'm streaming is having some bad effects on this software right now. But basically, it's all this... Oh, wow, this is really bad. Like, it's lagging a lot from what it's supposed to do. Yeah. Oh, but yeah. So you guys can basically see I'm trying to do some stuff here. Make some better content for you guys and figure out the best way to do it. As far as, you know, top stocks, cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. Going over charts and data. Get ready for that video to drop maybe sometime next week if I'm lucky. It's taking a lot more longer than I thought to edit because I'm not good at editing. I don't have the skill set just yet, which I'm trying to learn the skill set. Which reminds me, oh my gosh, yeah, this is all messed up now because of what I did. SPY, NASDAQ. Oh, XRP can go up here too, but I just want the Dow Jones, SPY all the way up here, and then the NASDAQ. Everything else I can really find a little bit later. But I feel like those things are going to be just needed in case we have to talk about them later on today. And Dow Jones at the top. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Loading up on Ape. Ape is something I've been buying up quite a bit here. This Thursday, we'll put another $300 into cryptocurrencies and we'll see how we go. I think they'll do fine on the long run here. But Ape token, oh, now I can't find Ape token. Well, it's probably towards the top, right? Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, I was around a couple moving averages. Look at that volatility there. It didn't manage to close down below the 20-day though. That's kind of nice to see. It managed to hold up, have the reversal, back at a resistance level, still looking fairly good compared to a lot of other stuff. Oscillator is kind of more sideways, a little bit more bearish on the stochastic, but I wouldn't say, you know, bad. 4 hour gave you an opportunity to buy, I guess the last candle, but that didn't really bode well. Well, so far, I should say, right? So far. 1 hour, yeah, 1 hour gave you the buy option right here. Change of character popped it up a little bit higher, which is nice to see. Or you could have just followed the change of character. That might have been good enough. The break of structure worked. The break of structure worked here. Change of character worked there, yeah. So ape token's looking pretty good. Even on the weekly chart, it's like, you know, what damage? What Bitcoin crash? And so this one's actually looking pretty good to continue popping up. But I'm loading up on this not even for the short term. I just load up on it for the long term here because I'm banking on it going up much, much higher over the next few months. Because look at that. We're at the bottom here. We're having a curl. We could always do another dip, you know, but I don't think the next dip that we take as far as ape token's concerned is going to make a new low. I think it's just going to make a higher low, and that higher low is going to continue on, and then eventually we're going to have some type of large soaring move, you know. Let me go over here to the weekly chart, and you can see maybe a daily chart, 4-hour chart. I'll try to show you, but I guess when it hit Binance, it was already popping off quite a bit. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do that. But you can see how it has some nice rallies here, and that was at higher market cap, so you know this is going to have a really juicy pump. And of course, NFTs are becoming more of a hype again, I guess. I'm not too familiar with how art shows work. What is this? Binance Bitstamp. Let's get rid of the Bitstamp one. But you guys know that event, Art Basel. That event was popular, I guess, or it happened over the last week and a half or something like that. And there were people selling their NFTs. I think Joe Biden's son was there. It was, you know, an artsy event. I think even Will Smith was there. So weird stuff going on. A lot of weird stuff. And Trump just put out new NFTs too, I think, as well. I think they're mugshot NFTs or something like that. So everybody's trying to make money off of NFTs, get into that crypto place. Even though I don't really understand English, I keep watching. Please make an Indonesian translation. Hey, I can try, but I'm not entirely sure how. Usually, the best way to do it is to let YouTube work its magic, and they'll probably do it eventually. But I have no idea how to do an Indonesian translation. But I'll see if YouTube has the way to do it. Hey, Football Dream. Hey, Michael. ICP closed to breaking out, highly undervalued. So I don't really day trade ICP too much. Maybe every now and again I do a swing trade on it. Primarily for me, it actually has that same vibe of Ape Token where it was crashed so much. I made fun of it all of 2022, all of 2021. I was just crashing back down because all it did was come back down. Here, ICP. 4-hour had a breakout and it's been looking good ever since. Stochastic breakout, MACD breakout. Yeah, it's been working. It took a little bit of time, but hey, it's working. So weekly chart here. So usually the way I used to do swing trades on this, because I don't like to day trade it all too much, is once it finds a short-term bottom, it has these really nice pops before it continues to move down. I'm not going to say that's going to happen this time because Bitcoin's finally turned a corner. It's going more bullish and all, you know, so to speak. But like these bottom to tops, you know, 145%, really, really nice moves once it finds a bottom. This time found a smaller bottom, 38%, still a really nice bottom. This one right now up 126%, still really nice. And so it has this history of finding these bottoms and turning back around here for some stronger moves. 112% up here, probably not as much because we weren't trading it back then, but still 61%. And the last one we'll check out here is going to be 83%. So really, really strong moves on the reversals here. Now, the chart's going to be a little bit different because they opened up at the worst possible time at the you know, right as the bear market was starting. So they had this really big pop when they first started, but then after that, all they did was pretty much crash and burn. And you know, let me see if I can actually find a different ICP chart for you that shows you a little more data here. ICP crypto, maybe on MEXC. No. Bitfinex, something similar. But you can just see how it's just been coming down for so long. It's kind of at this moment where it wants to have a big, large breakout. For swing traders, you probably would have bought the breakout that happened back over here at the change of character. Or, of course, you see the buy signal here for me on the weekly chart at least. Right there. It was right here. That was the buy signal. Which, again, you don't have to follow that one. You might be looking at this one and buying at $4 or so. However, you know, just watch this level of resistance up here. You're probably going to see a little bit of consolidation as we hit it, and then it'll try to break out if Bitcoin can still stay bullish here. Again, Bitcoin is going to eventually have a larger crash. We've already seen part of that here, but until that actually happens, we should be okay. We're still hearing announcements about the Bitcoin ETF. I think BlackRock went to a meeting with the SEC the other day. That was big news. Not enough to cause the market to really have a larger move, but you know, it shows the process is still ongoing. they're probably asking questions about Bitcoin and, you know, how they're going to manage everything, yada, yada, yada. But I think overall we're still in a good spot. And that Cryptic, I've seen that AI can translate your voice in any language. If YouTube has a free version of it, I guess I can try to find it out, but it would have to go through YouTube because I don't have the time to make it into a specific translation through the software and stuff like that. And some of the videos I do are straight through my phone, so I don't know if I'll have the opportunity to do that. And hey, Carl, thoughts on algo? Do I have algo on here? I do not. But I used to. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There you go. Oh, this is your bread and butter consolidation play waiting for the breakout. You're looking to buy this probably in the next few hours if you want to anticipate which way it's going. So stochastic's bullish. MACD is not bullish yet, but I mean, heck, I bought a position to this morning before the MACD turned over, and I was like, okay, it looks like it's going to turn over, so to speak. So you're probably going to want to buy this anywhere under 20 cents, basically, and then you're going to be hoping that it runs back up towards 23 to 25 cents. Again, you're really hoping that Bitcoin can make that move here. The one weird thing is this nasty wick. Is this wick on a lot of other exchanges? Let me just check it out. Coinbase. Yeah, it's there on a lot of other exchanges. Okay. So basically, it's kind of in this precarious spot where you see the consolidation. You see there's an opportunity for it to break out. The safe play is to probably wait for the breakout to occur, have all that momentum taking you further along and being very happy with it. If you want to take more of an aggressive play, which maybe you want to buy some now, buy some on the breakout so you can actually have an opportunity to double down on your position. The way to do that right now is probably be looking at the 1 hour chart. All right, you see this consolidation. It might take a dip back down here to maybe 19.5 cents, maybe as far back as like 1939 or something. And then from there, you could buy some up, let it consolidate even more than trying to continue this upward move and have a breakout. Normally for me, I've been trying to do this buying opportunity more often. Today, just because of the way Bitcoin's still kind of out of whack after all these moves, I'd probably just wait for the breakout and then buy that one and then hold it for up to a day, 2 days max, or something like that. But it looks good. It's just in that nice consolidation zone. Nothing really crazy happening with it right now, but consolidation zones are where a lot of people like to buy most of the time. Just be forewarned, on the 4 hour chart, this 20-day move, this 20 moving average of the 4 hour chart does seem to have some teeth to it, so it does actually lead us to have a little bit more resistance and support levels. You're going to want to see this breakout sometime tonight, tomorrow morning. If not, you're probably going to see this thing break back down. Again, that would be upon that Bitcoin would also be breaking down in that scenario as well. So if Bitcoin can just hold, you're going to see this as a great opportunity to load up, play the breakout. From there, because of this kind of nasty wick, we have to do something a little bit different. Yeah, price target of around 23 cents. Usually after a breakout like this, but consolidating, you might even think it comes back up here to 26 cents, which I think is perfectly reasonable for something like Algorand. But typically I would start to scale out around that 22 to 23 cent level, this zone. Forgot the magnet still on. Right around here. And if it goes higher, you can scale it here, 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 whatever you want to do. But I would start scaling out a little bit earlier than you think you might otherwise need to, just in case Bitcoin or the market gets, knocked down. Doesn't always happen, but you do know that the market has its tissy fits every now and again, and nobody likes to watch some of those tissy fits happen as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Oh, it's right here near? I don't know. I haven't checked out near too much. Not as bullish, but fine. What you're really looking at here is just this downtrend. Kind of similar, but just a little bit different consolidation. This one doesn't look like it wants to break out immediately, but when it does break out, it'd be a strong buying opportunity. The MACD just turned bearish today, which kind of sucks. If it were to have a reversal in the shorter time frames and move upwards, you might see that MACD maybe move back up positive by the end of the day, perhaps. Stochastic's been bearish for a couple days. That's not terrible, but let's go to the 2 hour chart. You got a few downtrends you can work with here. Possibly from something more of a day trade. I love this setup right here. That looks perfect for me. MACD got up, Stochastic went up. You had to change a character right here that led to a smaller move over the period of like 6 to 8 hours. That's not too bad. Plus bouncing off the 200. But that, you know, people don't often like to buy right here. They like to try like, oh, I got the bottom, you know, so. But the way I see it right now, still consolidating, 1 hour chart, looking probably a little bit better. Yeah, it might give you an opportunity to buy just a little bit low before trying to break out again here. 4 hour chart, mixed. 4 hour chart's trying to go green right now. So yeah, I'd say there's an opportunity to buy, similar to what I think we were talking about Ape Token, or one of the other ones where, you know, maybe a little bit more of a dip and rip. But the easiest way is just to wait for that breakout here, especially since we're having a death cross here on the 4 hour chart. I think you have a little bit more time to load up on this than a lot of other tokens out there. 2 hour chart, not bearish, but close. Easiest way is going to be to play that breakout. Longer term though, it's just consolidating after that last breakout. Level of resistance, that may take a few weeks if Bitcoin, you know, continues to kind of go on this kind of volatile moment. But once you break out above that 298 level, or 279 level, excuse me, I think you're really good for a slingshot back up here towards the 5s. For now though, it's still kind of a loading zone if you're thinking more of swing trading. Small loading zone, I would say. And hey, Peck, what, Dogecoin? Yeah, I can pull up Dogecoin for a second. Dogecoin's probably the least exciting because it's not really doing anything crazy. They had that breakdown a few days ago. It's managed to come back up a little bit above the Fibonacci, and it's still just consolidating. You can actually see it's just trying to hold above that level right now. But really, when it comes to Dogecoin, all you're looking at, let me just pull this off. Not even the Fibonacci's, it's just this trend line. Watch the trend line, be patient with it. As far as Dogecoin's concerned, we've already broken down below one trend line. It's just a small move right here. All right. But right here, 2-minute chart. All right. So you saw the weakness it took, and you saw the buying power that tried to come back in after both of these. So it wasn't a solid hold, but it was enough for us to kind of weather the storm as far as what we saw the last 2 days with the CPI data coming out. And Jerome Powell coming out talking about interest rate hikes and things like that. Now, on the daily chart, we didn't break down, which is interesting. Dogecoin, you know, I wouldn't be buying into this necessarily right now, unless you're looking to do a day trade back up here to maybe a little over 10 cents. To me, Dogecoin, I want to see come back down a little bit more and try to load up on the lower 9s here. Weekly chart. Let's get rid of this one. Really showing you some volatility around the 200 weekly moving average, which we honestly don't get to use too much because it, you know, Dogecoin charts on the Binance, they're not really there for as long. I'd probably have to go to a Dogecoin chart on something a little bit different. Coinbase, no. Dogecoin? I don't know. A lot of it, like Dogecoin became so popular so fast, it was a lot of charts, a lot of companies added it onto their exchanges very all at the same time. No, not the best one. Okay, some of these don't even have 200s. But yeah, nothing too bad. Just get ready for some more volatility. I would want to buy it a little bit lower than here, than try to play the rally on top of it. But you can see how Dogecoin has these nasty wicks on the weekly charts. I usually want to catch it on one of those nasty wicks. Doesn't seem like it's nasty, but if you go over here, it's like the 5-minute chart, or let's go to the 15-minute chart just to make it easier on all of our eyes. You can just see how it tumbles back down from, I don't know, 7.5 all the way back down to 6.7 or 0.67. Back up here from 7 back down to 6.6. You know, it has these nasty wicks all the time. And those nasty wicks are usually opportunities to buy. We're just nowhere near that buying zone right now. I would want to see if we have a nasty wick again. We had a nasty wick over here, but I mean, imagine being that guy that bought Bitcoin. Or I guess on the 15-minute chart, there's no reason to buy here besides to change character. But, you know, you see Dogecoin popping, you buy it just because you're excited about it. And then all of a sudden it pops up and you're like, oh my God, I'm up $1,000. And all of a sudden you're down like $3,000, $4,000. Happens all too much, but that nasty move really shook people out quite a bit. and we haven't had a nasty move since then. I'm expecting to buy some more Dogecoin for a day trade up to 24 to 48 hours. So almost a 2-day trade here. Next time we have such a crash. But for now, I'm not even thinking about buying any Dogecoin. Just holding what I have because this Dogecoin is awesome. There we go. Okay. But it was a really nice clean breakout here, which you guys are really looking for as far as Bitcoin is just waiting for that breakout to take the next leg and come back up here and retest 44,300. After that, we can really talk about going back up here to 44,700 and so forth. But 44,300 seems to be a good price target for it now. Just might have to let it breathe for a little bit. Are we in any danger of moving averages here? No, golden cross on the 2, golden cross on the 1. Yeah, I'd probably be going along right now. See how that works out. Just hope it doesn't take too long for that move to happen. Because your stop loss at this point, guys, is so small. If you're buying right now, you could have a stop loss at 42,659 or down here around 42,574. That stop loss is so small. It's a stop loss of 0.55% or $235. If you wanted to be more aggressive, I guess you can move that stop loss down here to 41,724. Then you're banking on again back up here, but the risk to reward isn't going to be worth it with that low stop loss, just because again the max you're going to be looking for is around here on 44,000, which is only about $1,300 improvement to where Bitcoin is right now. 1 hour chart seems to be working fine for Bitcoin here. And hey, Tanker, happy to see you back, man. Let me know if you have any questions. Our transit police just went on strike. God help us. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. I like having transit police. I haven't taken the bus in a while here. But every now and again I take the train, and sometimes I take the bus, but I don't know. I'll explain it here in a second. Transit police are definitely important. I'll just say it that. They add a feel of safety. But even with the transit police, I haven't even been riding the city buses so much because they just feel dangerous in Tacoma and Seattle, like the transit buses that take you from a major city to a major city. Because yeah, it's kind of sketchy. And I'm not talking about daytime. Daytime it's safe, but if I go drinking with friends and I want to take the bus back from Seattle to Tacoma because I have 45 minutes away, the easiest way is to take the bus. But what I've been doing recently is I take the train up there or something else, which is the train. The train is nice. I know a lot of the transit security workers that work on the train because I ride it quite a bit, and a lot of them have German Shepherd dogs, so we bond over that. But what I've noticed is my bank account doesn't like me for this. I will pay an Uber to take me from like a 45-minute drive and just be like, I don't have to worry about the bus. I get back home and I'm perfectly happy. But yeah, taking the bus, I eventually have to get back in my car and drive, which is fine. But sometimes those buses are just sketchy. And also, there's some very weird bus drivers out there I've been noticing. One bus driver, I was up going to Seattle. This was like a year ago or something. But I hopped on the bus. We got down like 3 stops. Then we stopped at a major hub transport area. And one person smelled like weed. And so because that one person smelled like weed, the lady threatened to not drive up to Seattle until he got off because he smelled like weed. And he was like, dude, I will go to the back of the bus if you want me to. But she was just freaking out. She would not even step foot into the bus because it was too smelly to her. It was wild. And I was just trying to go to a freaking Mariners game, a baseball game, easy transportation up there. This lady was not having a good day. So she took it out on all of us until all of a sudden everybody started pulling out their phones and then she got back to work. But yeah, oh gosh. Hopefully they get your people back over there. All right, let's take a quick look here to see what's popping here. 24 hours, Bonk is back up. I told you guys about Bonk a couple days ago. I told you guys I'd be shorting it. It crashed after I said that. I should have had the opportunity, but I don't think it's on Fairdesk. But again, talking about those larger moves, it's managed to come back up after those crashes, which is still good for Bonk. Injective still doing fine. I have some of this, but I don't know. I probably want to sell some of it honestly now. It's just the market cap is getting too crazy. The year to date's getting too high. I'm thinking if it comes back down to like 28 bucks, I'm going to sell some off because it'll be a reasonable price to do so. Beam is still up a lot today. Anything else really popping? Internet Computer is popping here. We just talked about that a little bit, the 15%. Ape tokens up 13. Helium. Really just getting back some of the gains we saw over the past week of losses. Kind can I go over here to customize 7-day? There you go. So you can see Bitcoin in the last 7 days is down 3%. Ethereum is unch in the last 7 days. BNB's up 8%. BNB's its own weird thing right now. Solana's up 11. Cardano's up 47. AVAX is up 49. Dogecoin's unch. Polkadot's up 23. Tron is unch. Matic is up 7%. You know, so got a lot more mixed things here. Although, I mean, there are some, because of what they're doing today, I would say are doing fine. But remember, we saw some the other day where they weren't getting hit as hard based off of everything happening with Bitcoin, which is always kind of interesting. But yeah, so those things that are popping off today and popping off over the last 7 days, maybe not as so much the last 30 days, those look like plays that you guys could be doing more swing trading on. For me, though, again, swing trading is more up to like 2 days at this point. I don't even feel comfortable holding for a week because, again, if you look at Bitcoin and weekly chunks, the last good buying opportunity was way over here. To me, this is not a symbol of I need to be buying this because I expect Bitcoin to be going up to $47,000 over the next week or something. It's more like I see a loading zone here, and while we're in this loading zone, having opportunities to trade. What the heck is that? See all those little bumpy things? What is that? Is that telling me the future here, and I just don't know? These day trades have been much more profitable to me, I would say, than trying to find swing trades. Swing trading maybe a little bit better as far as altcoins, but right now Bitcoin is primed for day traders. I would say aggressive day traders. After what I said yesterday, aggressive traders would be buying right here. Is that when I ended the stream? No, I ended the stream right here. Yeah, I told you guys aggressive day traders would be looking to buy right here, and so far it was a perfect trade. But I did not take that. I did not take that at all. Let's see. Let's pop over here very fast. I was looking at Twitter. Oh yeah, Draymond. Draymond's suspended indefinitely. It's absolutely wild. Overall, there's not really much about cryptocurrency in the markets right now. I see Wembley, Draymond, the challenge, Maxi, Paul Ryan. I don't even know what Paul Ryan's even in the news about. Probably said something anti-Trump or pro-Biden, and because he's more of an establishment guy, but something controversial. I guarantee it. That really probably isn't controversial. Let's see. JP Morgan has tripled its internal crypto team, all while the CEO bashes Bitcoin. Watch what they do, not what they say. I mean, that actually makes sense. I don't know if you guys have been looking at this in a while. We haven't done one of these for fun in quite a bit of time here. But if you go to any bank's website, a lot of times, I probably should have just not hit that. You go to careers, there are specific jobs related to cryptocurrency or blockchain. I would say why ESG matters. Oh yeah. Professionals. No, I don't care about your, what do you call? Oh, they have more, what do you call? Oh, okay, I got around it. Sweet. Okay. See if they have any blockchain jobs. Software. Blockchain opportunity to build out robust enterprise level performance secure applications on distributed decentralized platforms. Decentralized platforms, baby. Blockchain. Oh, it says blockchain name. Sorry. Blockchain. Onyx blockchain launch. So can I go over here very fast? This is in London here, so a little bit different, of course, not in America, but Onyx by JP Morgan. So we can take a quick peek at that here, can't we? There we go. Transforming the way money, information, and assets move around the world. Formed in 2020, Onyx has pioneered the first bank-led blockchain platform for exchange of value, information, digital assets. It's all right. It's there. They don't really have a lot there just yet. Our offerings. Coin systems. What's this? Cross-border payments, more of a globalist type of thing. That's still fine because there's money there. That serves as a payment rail and deposit account ledger that allows participating JP Morgan clients to transfer US dollars held on deposit with JP Morgan within the system, facilitating the movement of liquidity funding and payments right in time. So much more of a, you can see delivery versus payment, payment versus payment. So yeah, I mean, they have stuff. It's probably nowhere close to being very good because, other blockchain companies that are not owned by banks don't have the bureaucracy, so they can kind of just fly through a lot of the development work. But it's there. And now if we go over here, job description, doesn't tell you how much you would make though. That's for sure. That's always sucks. Maybe it's, I don't think England has those rules. This is London. This is London. This is Singapore. So, I mean, so they're hiring all over the world. In case you guys don't know, Singapore is a huge hub for cryptocurrency. I don't know if New Jersey is, but there you go. Now, yeah, in America they have salary. Salary is $130,000 to $180,000 for a software engineer. It was posted just at the end of last month. So they are hiring a lot. Talent Network, Shmoocom Talent Network, Washington, D.C. So increasing the cyber threat and pace of technology, yeah, or is that all the, what do you call it? Onyx, that's the crypto platform, reentry program, genders, all gender, what does all genders mean? Are some jobs only for females and males? Oh, after a career break of 2 more years, re-entry program. So that means if you had a kid or something, which I totally understand. Do they have, so they don't actually have a blockchain category here. So let me go over here, and I just want to say United States. Mostly payments, it seems like, which makes sense for a bank, right? Everything's in New York or New Jersey, a little bit of Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, nothing at all on the West Coast where all the actual, a lot of the crypto engineers are actually located over there. But yeah, so you can see they definitely have jobs opening up. They definitely are looking for people. That's another reason why we hold cryptocurrencies for a very long time. They're going to be using Bitcoin for all this stuff. When they have to start using blockchain and things like that, they're probably going to end up using some type of government centralized token. But I would say a lot of people out there probably aren't going to be using those government ones for quite a few years. Eventually, it'll probably be the mainstream in the United States, but people aren't going to really because they want it. If you guys end up going with the United States version of a crypto token, eventually I know I'm a decentralized guy, but I'll probably end up going down that road, only because when they have everything planned out, maybe in like 10 to 15 years, and they do it, they pull the trigger on everything, and it's all set in stone, there's a much better chance that those government tokens, even though they'll be tracked and whatever, I'm not doing anything nefarious, I'm fine with it. Those are going to be, how do I say, there's a much higher chance that those tokens or coins or dollars, tokenized dollars, whatever you want to call them, they're going to be, and there's going to be insurance behind it. So if the FDIC is allowed to insure that money, it will be absolutely massive. Because the one thing I feel so bad about people on cryptocurrency is when their exchange goes down and they don't have any protection, so they just lose their money and it's all gone. Eventually, I would like to get to a certain level of regulation where you can actually see if a Celsius went down and FTX went down, there was some type of institution there to kind of hold them together. They say, hey, we'll cover you up to $250,000, which will cover the majority of people. I know, like when Celsius went down, I think BitBoy or Ben Armstrong, he lost like $5 million or something. It wouldn't cover anything like that. But if you have a regular account, it would go up to maybe $250,000 with the FDIC insurance type of thing. Maybe if you were to go more specific and go into the SPIC realm, maybe that'd pop back up to like $500,000. But the majority of you guys, I think, would be covered around $250,000, unless you own like 5-6 Bitcoin, and all of a sudden Bitcoin's going up to sky high levels, like in the top of a bull market. But it's by account, so you just open up another exchange account and you'll be good to go. And hey, what's up, Michael? Does Loki have a full stomach yet? Probably not. I haven't actually eaten anything today. I've been too busy working and just cleaning up my house for my sister to get back over here. And so I haven't had anything to eat yet today. I'll probably go swing over to the store here pretty soon and grab a sandwich or stuff to make a sandwich. I need to buy some deli meat, some more provolone, and some cheese, some olive oil and cheese. But anyway, I gave him a new thing of food earlier today. I don't think he's eating much of it though. I gave him some ham earlier today, and so he was like, now I just want real meat. I don't want to eat no kibble. He'll eat some kibble when he gets hungry though. But yeah, right now he's just like right here sleeping on my feet, on my right foot more specifically. Can I ever look at Sidecoin and Icon? I will look at one of those for you. I'll look at Sidecoin here. If I can actually click on that, let me just type it in here. Weekly's looking good. I mean, yeah. Momentum is still there. Looks fine. You're seeing it slow down a tad, but that's nothing to be mad about. Wow, what a freaking dip right here. It came down from 0.005. What happened here? Yeah, it crashed like 30%. Ouch. Okay, there's not a real reason to buy right now, to be frank with you. You have a minor consolidation that happened for only 3 days before breaking out on the 4th. Things are still working out. Momentum is still strong, so if you wanted to kind of catch a wave, you could. But you're not really seeing that consolidation that leads to a stronger breakout like you might want to. Stochastic's been positive for a while. MACD's been positive for a while. Usually you can see that the momentum is slowed. Not broken down just yet, but it's slowed to the point where I'm like, this looks like towards the end of its cycle here as far as breaking out. The 4 hour, much more choppy here. Stochastic is still positive for now. And the heck did I do? There we go. And you can see that breakout that we just talked about. Yeah, that breakout really didn't inspire much because it came right back down after the breakout, a retest, so to speak, coming back up after that. Anything really positive about this besides just the general uptrend? No, something's holding this back, and I'm not entirely sure what. It could just be because it's blown up so much over the past few weeks and it's hitting some of the resistance levels from all the way back over here in April. Let's see. First one. Broke out trying to hold. Yeah, I probably would have sold this thing actually right about now. So it was a good play. Yeah, I would probably wait for this to consolidate a little bit more before trying to make that larger move up here. Nothing inherently bad with it. It's just the momentum is slowing down enough where I'd feel like there's no real reason to buy. Your primary focus would be just looking to scale out at these levels, and then wait for another big boost that might happen sometime over the next few weeks that would try to bring it back up here towards that next level of resistance. Back up here towards 11 cents, or no, excuse me, 0.011, so you know, a little over a penny. But yeah, it doesn't look bad right now. Everything's still bullish. Dailies bullish. 4 hours mixed. 2 hours mixed. 1 hour bearish. 15 bearish. 5 mixed. There you go. Yeah, you can see that's pretty much just been doing nothing, right? But yeah, nothing terrible here. Overall, the trend is still strong, but to me, that doesn't symbolize I want to be buying right there. I want to be buying on a consolidation so I can make that money as the large move up. I don't expect a large move up from that thing unless Bitcoin really tears one here. Or you might see other altcoins still managing to move higher, even if Bitcoin does consolidate here more. Let's see. And hey, Cole, have a good rest of your night, my man. I definitely need to take a nap here eventually. Or maybe I'll just use Instacart here. I'm not entirely sure. No, I should go out and buy something. I don't know. A lot of stuff to do today. Let's see. No, hey, Booger Up. Hope you're doing well. Oh, sorry. Let me see what's going on here. Well, I think one of my TikToks is getting views because I see a bunch of people commenting on it. Benkey? Didn't we talk about that one a little bit ago? Not today, but... XC? Oh, wow. Okay. Hold on here, guys. Sorry. I feel like my eye is getting an eyelash or something in it, and I don't want to. I want to be able to see what the fuck I'm doing here. Might just be getting some allergies. Who knows? All right. I am wearing older glasses today, so. All right. So extremely overbought right now. It's been pumped up to the moon. It looks really nice. As far as what you're seeing right now, break down below the 20 moving average here. The sell signal came earlier, depending on which one you're looking at. either today, or excuse me, yesterday on the 4-hour chart, or Monday the 11th. And I guess the Monday one with the stochastic paid off a little bit better. But I would say you probably want to have all of them together. So which one is this? RSI, we can get that one. I like that little extra space I get when it's not there. All right, so what I'm looking at right now is it does look a little bit bearish. You see this level of support down here. I think this is actually a pretty nice level of support. Now, the MACD and stochastic haven't crossed over yet on the 4-hour chart, and that's really what I'd be looking for in order to be really hyped up about this. But if this can just consolidate a little bit longer, or if you feel more comfortable with just having a stop loss around here about 0.023, I think you have a good opportunity of actually seeing this continue to pump up here on a day-to-day basis, right? So when you see something pump up like this, it's not irregular to see it crash before spiking back up again. Now, this was a really crazy example of that, but heck, it's the same chart, so you know it can happen again. There we go. So what I'd be doing right now is, if you want to buy, you could. I'd probably wait for maybe another day of consolidation here. But basically, if you're going to buy sometime over the next few hours, I'd be using the support level of stop loss level of 0.023, 23 if you will, just to make sure I don't end up losing too much money if it doesn't go my way. You're going to see a squeeze happen here on the 2-hour chart, probably before next 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours, yeah. You're going to see a pretty good move here, so you don't have much time if you want to hop on board. The 2-hour is bearish right now, has an opportunity turning bullish here over the next hour. Stochastic's already flipped, so maybe if we get back up here towards 0.0258, that'd be enough to actually have the MACD crossover and give you a reason to buy. Change of character on the 2 hours bearish though, which isn't the best. 1 hour, yeah, still bearish. 4 hour, gonna be bearish here just off of this move right here, but there's an opportunity if you want to get more aggressive off of it. If you're not looking to be aggressive, I'd probably just say hold off until you get a few more hours, and you're probably going to see a larger move happen sometime earlier in the morning. But if you want to preemptively buy now, you're free to do so. The MACD hasn't really said, hey, the momentum slowed down enough. Stochastic's about to turn over though, which will be a nice move for you, and perhaps you could see some type of breakout. For me though, that breakout is like that. I might be looking to just buy here, sell here, double, or do something else if it breaks out in the future. But by then you'll have much more help with the oscillators. But for now, smaller position, higher leverage, not so much a larger position with lower leverage, if you ask me. But either one works in this situation. But for me, just because we're at support, I'd rather just make sure everything is with leverage. And hey, Don, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining the Ruby level. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Oh, there you go. There's a question. Can you watch XRP? What do you think this month? So XRP got hit really hard over the last few days. I'll just let you know that before we even start talking about it. Did I move XRP back up here? I think I did, but there it is. All right, so let me go hop over here. XRP lost all of the weekly momentum, all of the monthly momentum, so it really hasn't done much, to be honest. Usually in these scenarios, you can see we are still, let me actually hop over here to the weekly chart. Still consolidating, nothing crazy bad happening here, because Bitcoin's still been bullish, kind of more neutral at this point, but I would say bullish overall. What you have the opportunity to see is, hey, the MACD and the stochastic are still bullish right now. You still see us above the 20-week moving average, but what you're looking at happening sometime over the next month and a half is going to be a 50-week moving average crossing over the 200. It doesn't happen for XRP as you imagine because just don't really have the data for it. But hopping back over here to the daily, we have had those golden crosses already happen and it's been good. I would say I would dollar cost average this for maybe about a week and a half, expecting a breakout to happen sometime in the next few weeks. And that be a really seismic move enough for you to just like take your position and close it. Right now though, you're kind of banking that along with Bitcoin here. So I would probably say smaller nibbles in here. The easiest way to just trade this is just to wait for the breakout. That kind of helps you out a little bit more. But if you're somebody who wants to say, hey, we're consolidating, we're in the middle zone right here, Typically, I don't trade when we're in the middle. I kind of wait for us to hit support level or hit resistance, and then, you know, short or buy, or breakout buy, short, or breakdown, see me short. For now, though, safest play is just to wait for that breakout. If you're looking to follow momentum along with some change of characters, the momentum is bullish right now. You have the change of character that just happened, excuse me, last 4 hours ago, and you're waiting to see that move come up a little bit higher. So you could buy right now if you want to be more aggressive. I'm not doing it right now, but I don't think it's going to stop a lot of people. Like I said, yes, so you're going to see more aggressive buyers try to hop in here. It's just more reliant on what Bitcoin's doing, because right now Bitcoin's consolidating, trying to break out here later on tonight, and then go back up here towards 44,000. That consolidation is giving you an opportunity to buy into XRP right now. But overall, XRP is still more sideways, I would say, just because of the crash that we had over the past few days. I would still say it's something I'd be worth buying for the longer term, though. And hey, Boo Grip, it ripped up almost 40% for you. That is awesome right there. That is really, really good. I mean, I saw that pop. It looked impressive, because there's only been so many crazy things popping off on my charts here. So I like to see when you guys are making some good money off of some really high percentage moves. Do you think we're going to have a big crash? I mean, eventually we are going to have a big crash. Who knows exactly when it's going to happen? I expect it to happen sometime around the news that we get with the ETF, because usually after big news events like that, cryptocurrency just crashes. Like, it really gets hit hard. Almost remember what happened with Dogecoin with Elon Musk and SNL. That was quite a crash that happened right as the news was occurring. I expect something like that. But until then, Bitcoin is still finding ways to bounce back. The big thing for it now is, can Bitcoin bounce back and go to another high? It feels like Bitcoin would need a little bit more time to consolidate before that. So we might actually get back up here towards resistance levels, but not actually break back up. But I would still say that's a win if you're looking at Bitcoin, just because of how nasty this original move was. The fact that we're able to come back up here, and all these shorts that hopped in over here, they're probably sweating a little bit. That, you know, that should be something to be happy about. But to answer your questions more precisely, we will have a crash. It's just kind of hard to tell you exactly when, because over here, you know, I was telling you guys about bearish indicators in the 4-hour charts, like a really, really bearish divergence is all happening. Well, we had these crashes, and I won't say they're like massive crashes like they're probably one of the ones you're asking about, but you can see how we dropped down like $2,600, or within one day we dropped down, you know, 6% or another $2,500. Or we dropped down right here off of those oscillators. Like, they were all there saying bearish, bearish, bearish. But if buyers continue to come in, you know, all my technicals don't mean squat. They maybe give you like, hey, a dip's coming, but you know, that's more, again, it goes back to maybe more of a day trade than a swing trade where you're holding on for longer periods of time. However, yes, we are going to still have another crash here happening eventually. I'd probably say sometime in January is going to be your best bet, unless something bad happens here over the next few days and we just can't get our act together. But that buying zone for most people is going to be somewhere down here in the high 30s, thousands. Anything below that is going to be awesome if you get the opportunity, but I'm not entirely sure what type of news is going to be needed to get that done just yet. You know, inflation going up, rate hikes aren't going to go up anytime soon, but you know, inflationary surprises, ecosystem surprises, you know, with the SEC and things like that. Surprised with Binance going down, you know, something on that caliber, but we're nowhere close to that as far as I'm concerned. Binance still seems to be fine. I don't think the government wants Binance to go down, because then all that money kind of floods to other sectors or other exchanges, which is like, you know, control the beast and don't let the money go all over the place. And hey, Don. Well, as far as long-term investment, yeah, I like XRP as a longer-term investment. Short term, it's just been going more sideways. Tens of thousands of percent is probably not going to be happening with an XRP, but still, I hold XRP long term as well. See, yeah, no worries, DV Nomad. I appreciate it, guys. Orca swap price prediction: top of bull run. Caught it at $1, thinking Solana DeFi swap will do just as good as Pancake swap. I'm not a fan of Pancake swap, but Orca swap. I don't know what Orca swap is. Orca? It's not on Binance, whatever it is. Or is there something called Orca Swap? I should probably figure that out. Orca Swap. I cannot tell if this is a thing or not because it's not into the USD. Let me know if there's an actual ticker for it or if this is the Orca right here. But let me know the actual ticker for it and I'll try to find it out for you. There we go. All right. And then, Chris, the easiest thing to do is buy and hold, and you will certainly be in the profit in the future at some point. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely it. Just people want to also do day trading at the same time, you know. But that's why you have separate portfolios to help you out. And usually, I'm hoping those longer-term portfolios you have. Well, I guess there's two ways that people deal with those longer-term holds, aren't there? The first one is they will either have it in cold storage so nobody can hack into it and things like that. Or they'll have it on an exchange and they'll have it in some type of earn or savings program or where, you know, they're getting 5% back on their cryptocurrency of any type, you know, maybe 1% in some circumstances, but, you know, a huge swath, and they're getting the money back for that one. I remember most apps give you that opportunity, and I think it's good that they do because, you know, exchanges hate to go buy cryptocurrency out by themselves because, you know, if people keep on moving out of the wallet, they gotta figure out a way to keep some of that money in there. Let's see. And Handy, do you know why the smart money concepts indicated by Lux Algo briefly showed a change of character on the 4-hour chart when it was breaking out of the trend line and and then it went away, the CHPCH flash, but then it went away? I don't know. I mean, I see it here on the 1-hour chart, the 4-hour chart. It's there. It's there right now. Probably because there's two change of characters, I would say. So, I mean, to my eyes, I see a change of character happening right here and right here. And then you see another one happening right there. I think what it's doing is it's trying not to clutter the screen all too much. So there's a couple settings in here, and I'm not an expert. I guess actually people would call me an expert, but I didn't make the indicator, so I can't like get into the coding details of like how it's exactly supposed to work. But I use it quite a bit. I make tutorials on it, so I know more than most, I guess. A lot of times you see this button right here, hide overlap. Sometimes that just means it goes to the last change of character, the one that has the most impact on the charts. So if I were to take this off, I doubt you would see much difference, right? But the one that's been baking or consolidating a little bit longer is usually going to have more of an oomph to what you're looking for. And I think that might be it. But honestly, I don't know for a definitive reason why. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Hey, there was a change of character right here. As we broke above that trend, these higher lows, we broke above it. Over here on the 1-hour, I see this is a change of character versus this. I'd buy right here. This is a change of character against this. But by then you're not really, you know, the overall arch isn't changing right here. So this change of character doesn't really mean much. It's just kind of a break of structure and not the change of character in itself. But I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Yeah, no worries, Don. Happy to help you out. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're a member, you get access to pretty much, like I answer questions when I can a lot easier, especially when the market kind of gets more busy and stuff like that. And I'm going to start doing some more members videos as well. I keep on saying that, but so ever since my house got flooded, I've been like totally spacing on those. And Orca, so Orca was the right one? Okay, so let's go over here. So this is the Orca to the US dollar. It is not Orca to USTD, just for your reference, okay? Most of the time we're dealing with USTD. Wow, we talked about this a long time ago, didn't we? Man, look at that breakout. I ended up doing a little bit, but that was day trading breakout. You can tell by how weird this looks. Okay, breakup structure worked out. Let's go to the weekly chart here first. Let's get rid of some of those smaller breakouts. That breakout right there ended up working out well. Yeah, wow, this actually thing ended up doing very, very well since the last time we talked about it. Whether you're day trading or swing trading. Let's pop that back here. So there's definitely some fear in this. You can see this thing's been popping off a lot. So there's a lot of people who are probably over leveraged at this point. And you kind of see how they get squeezed out in these really crazy candles. Let me zoom in here a little bit. At this point, you're looking for a stronger reason to buy right now. So you see the MACD about to cross over. You see the stochastic has already crossed over. No change of character just yet, but if we close above, let me see what this might be. Oh, this is hard because it was just a gradual drip, wasn't it? We play it safe. If we close above 594, I think you'd have a good opportunity for this thing to go back up to above $6 and really start hitting, what was that old level of resistance? Looks like 650 or so. Yeah, between 650 and the higher point of 687. I think it's there. For me, though, you know, any trend line you put on here is just going to look freaking weird. In hindsight, this works, but, you know, hindsight, that didn't work. Hindsight, that didn't work. Hindsight, that didn't work. No, that makes sense. But at least now, you're starting to see some more bullish momentum here. 2 hour, see the 2 hour change of characters right here, but no big momentum right here until there. Well, here to here, I guess. And it's gone up a little bit since then. Yeah, that $5.94. I'd want to see us close above that before I start getting in here and being more bullish. You're seeing the 2 hour be bullish. You're seeing on oscillators. You're seeing the 4 hour about to turn nice and bullish. But just the overall characteristics of this chart, I mean, you can just see how this thing could easily wick down throughout the rest of the day. I would look to have a stop loss if you're looking to buy into it right now. Probably putting that stop loss somewhere close to 575, 475. Yeah, that's such an extreme stop loss, though. That means you're willing to lose like 13%. That is wild. Yeah, this is kind of a too risky for me at this point. Higher money, less leverage type of play here with like a 5x leverage max, $1,000 in, and you're just kind of riding the wave to see where it takes you. But that stop loss is really going to be like 573, or excuse me, 473, which is like a whole dollar pretty much less than where it is now. The trend is still strong. 15-minute charts are still looking okay. You know, more mixed. Hours good, 2 hours fine, 4 hours about to be fine. Daily chart still okay, but you're looking at that bear, it's just about to tip off. Just because of the way this is kind of looking, I think it might have some juice back in it, but the next few days you might see it get more choppy and eventually come back down to retest the low fours, and then from there you might have your next big buying opportunity. But this one looks like don't play without a stop loss. I mean, that thing just looks dangerous if you're not prepared. One moment it looks like bears can just come in there and destroy everything. You take your small loss if you have a stop loss, but with the way that's going, the stop loss is gonna, you know, it's gonna be rough. Gonna be rough. Hey, crypto, is there any trading going on? Right now you're seeing bulls kind of load up a little bit more to see if Bitcoin can get back up to 43,000. The only trade that we talked about really here in the last day or so, I guess, I mean, we did the day trade over here, but it was waiting for this breakout along with the oscillators to kind of say buy. I don't feel comfortable really buying much else unless you're taking a smaller position here, not a larger one, a smaller one, and waiting for that next big pop back up here towards $44,000. Oh, we also talked about aggressive buyers buying right here, but I'm not an aggressive buyer, so I just told you guys if you're an aggressive buyer, you'd buy right there, but I'm not, so I didn't. As weird as that sounds. If only I had the confidence to be really aggressive, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not my strategy. It doesn't fit my personality as far as how I am an investor. And hey, Chris, don't leave money on exchanges for some small yields. Did everyone learn nothing from watching FTX and Celsius debacle? You know, we all saw it, but people are still doing it. And I think the rationale, right or wrong, excuse me, is that happened while the market was crashing, and right now the market isn't crashing. Right or wrong, like I said. But people always want their money to be working for them, and they don't want to deal with holding for a long time on a cold wallet. And I will say this, I agree. I'm a guy that likes to have my crypto in a cold wallet, so I agree with you on that. But a lot of people, for whatever reason, even if they're used to buying cryptocurrency or trading cryptocurrency, not everybody is used to dealing with wallets, especially cold storage wallets. I found out. I've talked to a lot of people, and I go to these events in Seattle, downtown Seattle and such. And people may say, "Yeah, I trade Bitcoin. Yeah, I hold Bitcoin. Yeah, I buy." and then you mentioned like, oh yeah, do you have cold storage, or do you have like, you know, a personal wallet? And they're like, oh no, I don't think I need that. That's all just on the exchange. So there's a lot of people who have no idea, and they're just kind of ignorant to what happened with FTX or with BlockFi or Voyager or Celsius. I mean, you know, they may have heard rumbles, but they don't completely understand what that entailed. So, you know, you're going to see a lot of people not doing that. I have a cold storage wallet here upstairs. I'm going to make a review video on it here. I'm going to see if I can get it out sometime before the holidays, I think, because once the 18th rolls around, and the 18th is it's next Monday. Next Monday until next Saturday, I'm not really going to be streaming because I'm going to be in Las Vegas. So what I'm going to be doing is doing a whole bunch of technical analysis videos for you guys. Maybe I'll try to bring my laptop over to Vegas or something. But basically, it's not going to be as much detailed in the technical analysis. I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts and things like that. Let me go back over here very fast. There was another thought that I was going to be saying over here. Oh, but yeah, I'm going to try to get that video made before then. I'm hoping I can. That's the big thing. But yeah, I'm going to be in Vegas for that whole Monday through Saturday, which is a very long time to be in Vegas. Normally, I'm only in Vegas for like 3 days, maybe 4 days. 3 nights, 4 days usually. But even that's kind of pushing it. So a whole, like, you know, almost a whole week in Vegas is going to be fun for me at least. And I'll be streaming. I won't be streaming, but I'll be putting out videos using my phone. I'll try to find part of my gimbal so I can bring my gimbal over there so I can talk with you guys and record videos and stuff. I just don't want anybody to steal my phone, so I might actually just hold it like this, like a normal person. Normally my gimbal is really nice. Let's see this right here. There we go. Okay. And hey, Kevin is awake. I'm happy you're awake. If the candle is still moving and the change of character will appear and disappear until the candle closes, I think. Yeah, it's there's a word for it, but yeah, it can until the candle or the close is confirmed, it can go up, it can turn off and on. Yes. I thought when the way I read it, it was up and it closed and it just disappeared after the close is what I thought he was talking about. That's why I wasn't entirely sure what was going on. But yeah, you will see the change of character flash on and off depending on exactly where it is. But you see where this line pops up on the change of character, like this is the 1 hour chart, right? That'll be the line that will be, again, if it's below that line, it'll turn back off. If it goes back above, it'll come back on, if that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point to make there as well. Oh, and we might actually have some more golden crosses on the 1 hour chart here for lucky, if we're lucky. I still want to see Bitcoin take that next leap up, but it's a lot to ask for. I mean, you're really going to be looking for the smallest amount of profit from 42,771 to 44,000. That's like not even $2,000 profit. That's why we were all happy about trading down here to up here. Yeah, it's much easier for Bitcoin to make that move than from here to there. What's right here? Chris, you want to see this one right here? Wrapped pulse from pulse chain to USDC. Okay. That liquidity is not good, but let's go over here to the daily. So it's been coming down for quite a bit. There's not really a strong reason to buy into this at this point. What you might want to see happening is, since we kind of have, see, but there is no bottom here because of what we saw happen right there. This is a daily chart. You know, it might just be worth it to wait for that MACD to cross over here. That might give me a little bit more confidence. You see the stochastic hovering around a neutral territory because basically we've hit that bottom. We're kind of consolidating a little bit afterwards. Makes sense there. But to me, this seems like, hey, I want to wait. I want to see where we go from here. Once that MACD and that momentum shifts just a little bit, I'd be much more inclined to buy. Because of the liquidity issues on this specific chart, probably just because it's coming from Uniswap, you know, it's hard for me to have a breakout, something like that. You know, perhaps having the stochastic crossover with the MACD crossover and breaking out above this level, you might see a stronger move. What I'm looking at here is there's a death cross that just happened here on the daily chart, though, which may lead it down just a little bit more. And I can't tell you exactly how far, just because it looks like these wicks are pretty crazy. This wick dropped down 38%. Seems really crazy here. The chart. I mean, this thing's been coming down a little bit ever since then. Let me go over here to, not the Fed talk. Wrapped pulse. Pulse execution 2. Market cap. Oh no. Oh, it doesn't have the market cap. That's interesting. So it looks like it's very small. Usually in these circumstances, it's not even about the technicals. It's about checking out their website, making sure the company is legit. And once you find out they're legit, you just pump some money into it and you wait. Because if the market cap's so tiny, I can't find it on here. It's a buy and just hold. For whatever reason, the website isn't on here. The official links isn't there. The socials aren't there. I have to Google it here. Does it not have a website? I don't know. Because it's on a bunch of exchanges. I can see from all the numbers over here. PulseX. Oh, maybe it's not a bunch of exchanges. Hold on. 7, 8. So it's not on many exchanges right now. So yeah, I just don't know how to find the website. Socials. Let me see. Looks like it's new. Join July 2023. Wrapped Pulse. They haven't been posting much. It seems like it doesn't seem like a company I'd want to buy and hold on to, though. This is something that's just kind of coming down, and they may even just be yeah, it looks rough. Looks very, very rough. I'd be very, very cautious about hopping into that just because I can't find any information about it. If they're really new and starting up, maybe you give them some slack, but you, like, if at a low market cap like that, you might even just want to toss in $10, $15 and swap, you know, $5 of fees, $15 of money in there. That $15, if it works out in the long run, can make you a lot, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna not worth that even investment for me right now, just because for whatever reason I can't find out much information on it, unless I was on the wrong token on the coinmarketcap.com. Let's see here. Any of it. Oh yeah, as far as slots or tables, for me, I'm much more of a tables guy. But okay, so I will use, like, for this upcoming trip, I'll usually have a budget of like $5,000. Okay. I will not gamble like $50 hands. I don't like it. I grew up like really, really poor, so I really value money, and I'm kind of frugal. I will gamble, but if I put large amounts of money on something, I feel much more comfortable with slots because I can kind of pause when I play slots. I can just kind of pause and take a break, you know? It's table games, those people know what they're doing. They keep me going for hours and hours. So typically what I'll do is I'll go over to a cheaper casino, you know, so maybe instead of like a cheaper casino, maybe like the MGM or something like that, and I'll play their cheaper hands of like maybe $15 a hand. That's kind of easier. You know, then like I was at the Aria in July. I was doing $50 hands for like all of like 20 minutes, and I was like, holy shit, this is just biting me up. I was also very unlucky at that casino, but yeah, I was just like, this thing is eating the shit out of it's cooking me. But yeah, I would say, yeah, but mostly it's table games, but I'm a big fan of roulette. Roulette is, there's pause, you collect your thoughts, you think about what you want to do, you know, and you have fun with it. Roulette's probably the most fun I have in Vegas. I like to play roulette on Fremont Street, and then I will go grab a drink usually at the Circa. The Circa has that nice lounge where they have a bunch of gold bars at the top of it. It's really, really nice. And then from there, I'll go play slots at the bottom. Maybe even play some higher limit blackjack in some of those sections as well. But usually it's going to be roulette. I play a combo though. I think both are good ways to have fun and play around. Plus, roulette, you can go to an empty roulette table and within like 20 minutes, all of a sudden it's packed just because one person went there. It's really, really nice. I love Vegas. But I'm there I'm there for like a whole week, so I'm not even going to gamble most of the time. I'm going to be literally chilling in the spa. I'm going to get a spa pass is as simple as $50. While Bitcoin's consolidating and trying to make another dip before it rips back up here. You go over here to Mandalay Spa. Not Mandalay. It's Mandalay Spa. Here you go. Oh, it's called Spa Mandalay. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll show you. Services. 1 day pass is only $50. I'm probably gonna get myself a massage for 50 minutes. Fuck the $100 massage. Look at those prices. Holy shit. And I'm gonna get a massage. I'm gonna get myself some hot stones. I'm gonna get myself a signature facial. No. I'm getting myself a brightening facial. Right. And then I'm gonna get myself maybe what was it? I don't know what you call those things. Maybe a manicure or whatever they're called. I've never had one before, and I just want to see what they're like. Because I talk to a lot of Italians when I go to the spas. Usually it's only Italians in Vegas that go to spas for whatever reason. And they told me I had to get one. So I was like, oh, maybe I should actually get one this time. So I'll see. But really, the day pass is only $50. If you do any of these things, you get the day pass included in it. It's nice just to have a spa day. Normally I'm looking at tons of charts, tons of things going on with me. My brain is stimulated. Having a week of not having your brain stimulated as much, I want to stress as much, because it's still going to be stimulated by freaking slots and lights and all that other type of crap. It helps a lot. I want to try roulette while there. Any restaurant recommendations? Let me answer Don's question very fast. I can bring up some recommendations because it's all about how much you want to spend. Because I've spent a little bit of money in Vegas, and I've also spent money on like $300 steaks. It's kind of all what you're looking for. Perp's actually a pretty good spot right now as far as I'm concerned. Let me just double check that. But yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, so Perp's at a level of resistance right now. The MACD is clean. The stochastic's a little bit more neutral, but looking okay at the time. Basically, what you're looking for is just that breakout. This is a buying zone for consolidation purposes, and you're waiting for that breakout to come. If you're looking to, have a breakout type of buying situation, you're waiting for it to close above 75.6, so 0.756 here. Again, I want to just wait this out. I want to consolidate, and then eventually it's going to have another pop. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. You see the MACD is good to go. You see the stochastic is good to go. 4-hour chart, good to go. Stochastic on the 4-hour chart, good to go. Price over here, good to go. Just made a change of character here. Really, all the indicators are waiting for is us just to break back above these levels over here, maybe around like 75 cents or something like that. But for me, this is an okay opportunity to buy. The 15-minute chart, a little bit different. Change of character happened right here with the buy signal here, buy signal here. That's ended up working fine. Smaller position at this point, but it still looks like something you'd want to be holding at this point. If you're looking to have a stop loss, honestly, that stop loss is going to be a little bit more south than you might want it to be. There's two levels you could possibly deal with it. The first one is going to be this right here. So if you have a very large position, you just want to make sure you're not losing a large amount of money. It's going to be down here around 0.715, so about 71.5 cents basically. The other one you could be doing is just a little bit lower here, 0.689, almost 69 cents, haha, 69. And that's going to be running you a little bit more around 5%. To me, I'd rather have that stop loss be right here if you're looking for something more of a day trade. If you're planning to hold this overnight going into tomorrow, I'd probably say the best thing to do is have that 5% stop loss there. And even if you do have a 5x long on it, you're going to be losing 25% for that position. Probably best to have a lower amount in that position if you're going to be looking at that type of leverage. if you want to have more money involved and less leverage, I think you're fine either way for doing any one of these stop losses here. But if you're having a higher stop loss, probably best just to have not too much money tied up in it and really expect it to have that larger move, because after here we had that double bottom, the reversal, the retest over here kept on going up. Now it's not really the best time to be buying unless, you know, the buy signals on the 1 hour chart were here, through here, and we broke out right here. So stochastic said buy right here along with the change of character. The MACD was just an hour later, but in hindsight, everything's worked out. If you look at the 2 hour chart, everything aligns right here to buy right here. You can see how it kept on going up. 4 hour chart still aligned, but still going up. But you see right now, everything went bullish right here. And again, it still worked out over the last like 8 hours or so, but you're really just waiting for that last pop. 5 minute chart and things like that. Oh wow, this one's a mess, isn't it? I guess it's a 5 minute chart. What am I talking about? I'd have to pull this back a little bit. 100%. No, there's not really been much here as far as what I'm looking at. I mean, you could add a breakout right here, plus the change of character, plus the crossover, plus the crossover. But I would have relied more on the 15-minute chart and the hour chart and things like that. But yeah, it's a good holding spot. Hold, wait for that breakout. Your price target's going to be kind of out of whack because of some of these larger moves you had in the past. But if you wanted to break it down into potential price targets, right here, resistance. You have the next one up here on 85 cents, 86 cents. After that, you get back up here towards 96. It gets kind of extreme. So you're probably best just having a price target that you can implement on your trading software that will sell it for you if it decides to spike while you're sleeping or something else without an alarm waking you up, you know, which can be annoying, of course. 4 hour chart. So again, 86 cents, 97 cents if you want to get aggressive there. Smaller time frames if you care about that. I'd personally be looking to sell around 87 cents. Again, you're looking for a large pop. Who knows exactly when it's going to happen, but that'll give you 20% profit. That stop loss that we talked about before, around the 60. Find it right here. Looking at the 4 hour chart. I might have been just actually talking about a different token here. Yeah, that stop loss is going to be around 67 cents. So what is that? Yeah, I was talking about a different token a few seconds ago. 7%, and you're risking it for back up here. 7 to 20, that ratio is decent enough. Not the best, but I would say it's good enough to make a trade here. For this specific play, larger amount of money in here with a lower leverage of up to 5x would be probably your preferred one. I'll keep an eye on that one though. There we go. As far as food, personally, I like Prime Steakhouse. If you're looking for upper class stuff, Prime Steakhouse. It's at the Bellagio. I would not go to it until I think maybe January once everything's fixed up. But basically, they have these tables set up for you. Like I ate at this table in the corner right here, which was nice. And you just get to watch the fountains while you're eating your dinner. There's like 2 waiters at like looking and eyeing you down the entire time. If you need anything, they're really nice. The only thing is their menu is it's just a little bit more up there. I bought my mom in July when we went here before she passed away. I got her a shellfish platter. I got us some oh yeah, there it is, bacon wrapped shrimp, which was good. We didn't get no salads and soups. I had the F1 Japanese filet mignon. She had the dry aged bone-in ribeye, which is really, very tasty, and you get your sauces on top of that. You get each of these sauces. You don't just get to choose one. You get to try them all out if you want to. And then after that, we got a side of mac and cheese and a side of where's the baked potato? baked potato, yeah, and you get it loaded. It's really, really good. You will not eat all that food. We had so much leftovers. It was wild, but it's a very fun experience for going out there. The drinks push it over the top as far as billing as well. So just get ready to spend a lot on drinks. I was paying like $50 for a glass of wine there, and I don't even get wine too often. But that was like, try it. I'm trying to be fancy. I'm not fancy by nature. I just try to live a little bit of a lifestyle every now and again. The other one is going to be Hakkasan. The only downside of this restaurant is how freaking dark it is. Oh, this is the nightclub part, I think. No, it's the restaurant part. Yeah, it's the darkest restaurant I've ever freaking been into. It is like really, 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 really dark. But the food is delicious. I don't know how to find out what the freaking menu is. Oh, there it is. If you want to like surprise anybody, these little baskets are really good. The Peking duck bao, those are really good. What I'd recommend you get is a little platter, the Hakka basket. I got this. It doesn't look nearly as nice as this one is presented to you, but it still looks fairly good. But they have this thing over here. What's it called? The Peking duck or something? Yeah. So you get this Peking duck right here, and they don't give it to you like that. They're going to show it to you, and so you can take a picture of it before they actually, they show it to you, take a picture, they cut it up, and then they give it back to you. But what you should do for like an extra $60 or something. Oh yeah, it'll give you served with the Tsar Nikolai Reserve Austria caviar. It's a whole different dish than what they make without the caviar. But my God, it was absolutely amazing. And they bring out both things for you to take a picture. It really is just a magical thing. And then they got the desserts and everything like that. It's really good. But that's on the expensive side of places. There's a lot of places in Vegas that have good stuff. Picasso's nice and Bellagio as well. Cheaper stuff, I usually like to go over to Fremont Street, or there's like 1,000 food courts in Vegas. Like there's so many of them. Just try them out. I usually don't leave the strip for food, but I think if you want to, you can go check out Keith Lee on TikTok. He has tons of Vegas places that are just popping, and those would be better opportunities or better places than what I'm recommending anywhere on the strip, because I just don't like to leave the strip. I usually find and wine and dine myself while I'm out there. I will go get my $20 cocktails. I won't think twice about them. I'll smoke my $30, $50 cigars. I won't think twice about it. But when I'm here, for heaven's sakes, I eat nice food places every now and again, but Tacoma, Washington does not have the same nightlife as Vegas. Let's just say that. And hey, Nico, Yellow Jacket. Hope you guys are both doing well. A good entry for what in particular? Right now for Bitcoin, you're probably looking at an entry over the next 4 to 6 hours is going to be your opportunity, and you're going to try to play it back up to 44,000. It's just that it's not really a lot of profit. There's not a lot of room on the upside here just because we're so close to the resistance. The best time is what we talked about yesterday with this breakout here. And Nico, as far as how I'm doing, I'm doing really good. I'm a little tired. I haven't eaten all day. That's been my trouble, but I gotta figure out a way to go get some food. I've been making phone calls all day, talking to people, getting all of my sponsorship deals in order, letting them know that I'm gonna be gone for a little bit, making sure everything's fine. So nobody's like, oh my God, Michael, you're not streaming for a week. What the hell is happening to you? That type of stuff. And there you go. What are we on AVAX? AVAX right now. Actually, I have that on my watch list, don't I? Not bad. 2 hour consolidation, not a double top, but nice little just lower highs. Potentially waiting for a breakout here. Stochastic looks like it's going to turn bearish in a little bit. MACD still looks like it's going to turn bearish a little bit here as well. A little bit more inconclusive, I would say. 1 hour is already turning to that bearishness. You're probably going to see it flush back down here to 3643 area, kind of right back down here. 4 hour, still bearish on the MACD, bullish on the stochastic, which is kind of nice to see here. Daily, dealing with some old resistance levels way back over here, and, from 2021. But really, this thing, despite what Bitcoin's doing right now, because Bitcoin looks a little bit like it wants to consolidate for another few hours before taking off, this thing has its own mind. It's just been moving up and up and up more and more and more. I like what I see, but just really, your stop loss really just has to be around here at $34. It's at 38 right now, which is, not crazy, but not bad. and you're basically just waiting this out to see when it hits. Potentially, if Bitcoin consolidates over the next few days and we don't break out, have something really huge happen where we're going above 45,000, you might see it trickle down back just a little bit, back down here towards $36, $37. That'd be a better opportunity to really buy into it. But it's been doing so great so far. The momentum is still 100% there. It just looks like it's taking a little bit of a consolidation, mostly because it was forced to after what happened to Bitcoin. That looks like what's happening right now. But it's really primed to go here. You're just letting it cook a little bit more before it takes that pop. And hey, Don, I'll buy it on 43 for the long term and sell it at $3,400 or $340. I mean, heck, that would work out quite a bit. Sorry, Loki's over here. I think he heard me talking about how I'm hungry and how I want food. And now he's like, oh, are we talking about food here? Here. There we go. Yeah, you're such a special boy, aren't you? Oh, yeah. He tries to act really cute when he's like in the mood. You see how his ears are down? I don't know why he does it like that, but most of the time his ears are like straight up and he's like, oh, but when he's in the... I don't know what he wants though. His tail's wagging. He hops back up. Being very dramatic right now. Oh, he wants to play. Okay. I probably should have realized that, but... Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to slap your face. I got my ring on, so it hurts him a little bit more than normal. Although I guess you can't even tell if he's hurting the way he's trying to bite me. Now your ears go up. Yeah. Teasing him is one of my favorite things to do, because then it forces him to actually act. Sorry. Alright. There we go. He has a couple toys by my feet, so he'll be perfectly fine. Let's go. And hey, Andy, what would I say to be the best entry point for Bitcoin? So Bitcoin has a really couple things it can do right now, but the overall trend is upward for a little bit longer. The downside here is that we're at $42,721, and the resistance right now is kind of close to 41,000. So we're really looking at about $1,300 profit opportunity here, which means if you guys are going to be buying, that risk to reward ratio really has to fit you. And right now that reward is really being squeezed down because of that resistance right now. So really your best bet is going to be doing some day trading here, unless you're looking at some type of longer plan that's going to happen over the next like week or two, which is much more difficult just because the way the Bitcoin price action has really been hitting us, as you can see right over there. Now, I'd probably be looking at the 1 hour to 2 hour to 15-minute charts for this, but you can see that the 1 hour chart has been going down for the stochastic. Gave you a little bit of a selling signal right here, and it's been coming down a little bit, but the MACD has still been looking okay. The MACD is probably going to start to turn negative here in the next 2 hours, I would say, unless Bitcoin can really get some positive price action here to really juice it up. So at this point, you're looking at Bitcoin, you're probably looking at it coming back down here to 42,500 or so. I would say somewhere between where we are now, if you want to be less greedy or whatever, from where we are now to dropping back down to that 42,000 and a half level, that's kind of where I'd be loading up and then waiting for a larger move to take us off. Traditionally here, if you're looking for that lower move, you're probably not going to worry too much about the breakout. But what I'm looking at here on the 15 is, okay, I see we broke down below the 20. You can see how that had a little bit of a move on the 15-minute chart. We're probably going to be breaking down below the 50, and that's also going to be that move that I would say that brings us back down just a little bit lower. And then from there, consolidate somewhere around here, have a little bit more reversal. And as you can see, the MACD on the 15, the MACD on the, the stochastic on the 15, definitely both bearish. Once those start to get a little bit more bullish, both of them, and then maybe the hour on top of it, I'd feel more comfortable buying in. But if you want to be more speculative, you might be looking more at the 15-minute oscillators and not so much the hour ones. The hour ones may cause you to double down on some type of position. So if I were to make the auto 15-minute bearish, you see the potential breakdown coming here, right? 1 hour chart though, as far as I'm concerned, may give us an opportunity to bounce off of this 20 moving average. You see the golden cross that just happened. I expect us to maybe move up a little bit higher in the while we did move up a little bit higher after the golden cross, really. But once you start to see those crossovers, you're probably going to be more excited about that move that brings us back up towards 44,000. For me, 15-minute chart really brings it all together. But the hourly chart gives you more of an idea like, hey, we're probably going to be going down, which will kind of open up that 15-minute chart for a better opportunity to buy in. So really, you know, around the $42,500 mark is kind of where I'm looking at. It doesn't have to get exactly down to that one, which is why I said, you know, where we are now there. But you can see on the hourly chart where it looks like we just want to come down. That 15-minute chart, we at least want to test out that level of support, and we'll see. And right now you can see this small level of resistance here. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing catastrophic. But we're trying to push down below it again and make another low. Then we'll probably consolidate a little bit more, and you'll see more volatility as we approach that 50 moving average on the 15-minute chart, excuse me. So we can watch Bitcoin on here very fast and just see if it decides to break down or not. A break of structure. It's bearish on the stochastic, bearish on the MACD, although I won't put too much stock into a 5-minute MACD here. But yeah, you get the point I'm trying to make here. See, the reward is millions, the risk is thousands. I'm talking about day trading, so it's a little bit different than long-term holding. If you're looking to hold for months and months and years and stuff like that, yeah, of course the sky's the limit. But still want to make sure that you guys aren't taking any riskier positions that you guys other might want to. A lot of trading when you're learning is just mental stability, getting your mind in the right space, and losing is not good for the mental health of any investor out there. How high do I think Doge will go up to if Bitcoin goes to 45, 50K? It'll probably start going back up to 12, 13 cents, maybe 15 cents if we're lucky. And again, you know, we'll have to wait and see how that goes, but Dogecoin's just been like this grinder that's been working pretty hard. We know a few days ago it did come back down a little bit, break down, but it managed to get back up and hold itself more steady. Nothing great happening with Dogecoin in the last like 2 days, as you guys might imagine, but at least it's managing to get back up to those old levels, and then from there, I think we have a good shot of going back up towards 12, maybe even 13 cents if Bitcoin can take that next leg up. It's really not even about how high Bitcoin goes. It's just that Bitcoin is able to make a new high and take that next leg up. It'll give that, you know, altcoins a little bit of a room to chase it. So I would say Bitcoin doesn't even need to get up to $50,000 for Dogecoin to actually hit that, you know, that 12 cents, 13 cent level. Oh, hold on. I don't know what the hell that guy's saying. There you go. Time that guy out. DYDX. Testing some old Fibonacci levels. What type of Fibonacci level is this, though? Old Fibonacci level, so we gotta correct that a little bit here. Oh, ouch. Yeah, this thing's freaking coming down, isn't it? For whatever reason, this is not holding up as well as a lot of other stuff. MACD is coming down. Stochastic is a little bit better off here. What's the weekly chart telling us? A little bullish. We got some momentum on the MACD, bearish on the stochastic 4-hour. Oh, we got some potential on the 4-hour here. That's nice to see. All right, let's see how this is panning out, because this looks like so many false breakouts here. So many false breakouts. False breakout. Stick with this one for now. All right, so right now I wouldn't be buying into this just because you're seeing a lot of mixed messages, like tons of death crosses on the 4-hour, but you're seeing some oscillators kind of slow down a little bit. I'd wait for this breakout. You're going to see a lot of momentum and everything being green at that point. Whenever that breakout happens, I'd be happy to kind of buy and really ride that. That's going to be the easiest way you can make money right now, over sometimes when I say you guys can buy the dip or buy when it's consolidating. I don't really feel comfortable doing that right now. But going back to the daily chart very fast, you got that change of character. You got the MACD screaming down right now. You might see this thing wick back down to maybe 270 or so, but I think right now you still, I see that crossover is going to be hanging over us as well here. Yeah. How does this thing usually react to those death crosses? Not really well. Not really well. Not really well. Not well. Not well. Not well. Not well. Not well at all for daily death crosses. Okay. Yeah, I would possibly just wait for the breakout. So although you see a little bit of a slowdown on the 4-hour charts, it looks like the momentum may carry this sucker all the way back down here to 231, 240 levels. And then once you get back down here to this lower price range, I think you'd have a much better opportunity buying if you wanted to buy a dip, and then or doubling down or just buying fresh when we have that breakout and the momentum is showing you. But it doesn't look like this thing wants to break out organically, I should say. Let's pop this over here very fast. Bottom of the trend. Yeah, you might be looking to buy closer to 250. At this point, this thing can really flush back down. I know it's trying to hold so far, but that death cross doesn't really keep me excited about what's happening over the next week. Unless, again, Bitcoin makes a larger move. But even then, you might still see this thing come back down just because of the nice rally it's been having so far. So if you want to buy in, last buy signal was right there, and it only went up a little bit. 1 hour. I mean, yeah, the crossover's over here, I guess, but it doesn't look nice. Yeah, I'd probably hold off. A shorter term buying opportunity if you wanted to take it. Oh, so look at that. That didn't even work out here. Because yeah, mixed signals. Maybe that. You might be looking at something of a day trade that takes you from 284 up here to 295 or something like that. That might be something interesting, but I don't know if we're going to be able to break back above this and go higher. I think you might just have a little bit more oomph left over, then eventually we break back down here, which would be kind of annoying. So take care with it. The easiest way is just to wait for that breakout, but if you don't want to wait for that breakout, you can always wait for some of the 2-hour oscillators to cross over, or just wait for it to come back down to that next support level here and make your life a little bit easier. And right now, Bitcoin's still just trying to consolidate here and trying to hold, even though I doubt it will. You know, I can hope. I can hope. There we go. All right. And hey, Chris, I don't think I'd want to trade away my future just because I can't sit and wait for the rest of the population to wake up and adopt the obvious better money. Hey, you know, a lot of people, for whatever reason, they don't like to save, they don't like to do a lot of stuff, and I completely understand. I have friends who make more than me, but have less liquid cash than me because I can spend my money however I want to, but their money is all tied up in different stuff, and they have much larger bills than me, so they're much more restricted in what they can do. I have friends who don't make a lot of money, but still are able to kind of have decent lifestyles, but they can only afford to go to a certain level of establishment. And then I got friends who have no money, they have a family, and they can barely go out to a single dinner a month, but they can afford all the food in their apartment and stuff like that. But if you ask them, like, hey, you want to go out to a nice restaurant? But like, dude, I can't fucking afford that. That's like an anniversary thing for me and my wife. And I'm like, oh shit, I go there every Tuesday. You know, I mean, like, you know, there's all different types of lifestyles out there. But as long as you have a plan for yourself, you know, who cares what everybody else is doing? I think that's the big thing here, is just make sure that you guys are financially taken care of. And that means that you guys have your longer term holds. It means that when you guys are day trading, and if you guys aren't making a lot of profit with day trading, maybe you guys stick to paper trading for a while until you get some more experience under your belt. And, you know, doing the small things to make your lives a little bit better. I don't think you guys have to rush into making money. It took me a while before I got really used to cryptocurrency. I used to buy cryptocurrency as just an investment because I was like, oh, this thing's moving up pretty well. I don't know much about the blockchain technology or why people are raving about it, but I see the price going up, and I'll put some speculative money that I have set aside. I'll toss some money there. You know, then I did my research and I was like, oh, maybe I'll put a little bit more money in there, you know, so people just take time with it. Luckily, I was learning around 2016, 2017, you know, when it was first getting a little bit more mainstream. And now you're seeing people like, you know, Bitcoin 42,000 just learning about it, like, holy shit, am I ever going to get a good price to buy into it? You know, things like that. And hey, Jack, yeah, we just talked about this a little bit here. Could it potentially stay going down the trend line on the one daily chart? So right now on the daily chart, Bitcoin is bearish. Oscillators are screaming bearish moves, screaming bearish moves. One of the reasons I'm just a little bit more hesitant to scream out bloody murder as far as Bitcoin's concerned right now is the bulls have been there time after time to catch Bitcoin and bring it back up and then cause another breakout. And so as somebody who likes to short and go long, shorting has been kind of annoying for me because you're not getting those large or multi-week breakdowns that we kind of like to see. You're getting like at most 24 to 36 hours of breaking down, and then we find a strong support, and then bulls will come back in here. But normally you guys know I like to make these videos about buying Bitcoin or selling Bitcoin, and there was this video I remember posting a long time ago, ages ago for me now, but I can come out and say, hey, there's a clear reason why I'm shorting Bitcoin. And I think I did one other one since then, but it didn't work out because, again, what we saw happen with the support. So, like, Bitcoin would drop $2,000, but it wouldn't happen for weeks and weeks and weeks. It'd be like a 1 to 2 day event, which just drove me nuts. How do I find this? 4 months ago. Right? So, by this. Happy 4th of July. I opened a short. Get out of that now. And you go back in time. I don't think I have the resistance. Oh, I do have them still there. Yeah. And I timed my short. So July 4th was way over here. Right? I put a short right here. I timed this all. So because of what was going on with the CPI data, inflation and stuff like that. Luckily for me, some of the resistance levels and stuff managed to hold up. But you see how we had like weeks of coming back down? That's what I kind of wish we had right now, because then it allows a lot of people like you and me to really load up at these support levels. But that's not what's really going on right now. Now we're having these weird things where like I'm saying, hey, oscillator's looking very, very bearish right now. MACD doesn't look all too good right here, especially on the 4-hour charts is what I've been looking at. And it comes down, but then we find that support level, it dips right back into the order block, and then it skyrockets back up. Normally, I'd like it when we continue to consolidate, we break down, we come back down here, load up on a lot of it, and then we soar back up here. But Bitcoin is on a tear because everybody's super excited about the ETF news and things like that, so it just makes it more difficult. But you see right here, MACD just turned bearish a few days ago. Stochastic has been bearish ever since the 8th, so kind of up here. Go back over to the 4-hour chart, then you start to see some more of those screaming, MACD screaming downwards right here, stochastic screaming downwards. But, when we come down, what happened? Again, we came down, we have a really bad move. You could say within the first day or the first 4-hour period, we're down 7%. Over the next 16 hours or something, we're down 8% or $3,600. But what happened again? Whales came in, we found a support level, and we managed to bounce back up. And so it just destroys all of my hope of finding those really, really juicy buying opportunities. Because the signals are there. I mean, they are there, and they're easy to see. Everything is all harmonizing, saying down, down, down. And yeah, sure, we went down, but come on now. The fact that we're back up here around $43,000 is just awesome. But at the same time, as a person that likes to short for, days and weeks on end, or go long for days or weeks on end, it just annoys the crap out of me, which is why I think I switched it over somewhere around here. I told you guys I am just much more looking forward to day trading, and day trading seems to be the best way for me to make money in this current environment, although you guys may have different strategies. Mine is to day trade, which is why we started going over, let's go, auto, which is why I gave you guys 2 opportunities to do trades yesterday. The first one, which I did not take because I told you guys it was for aggressive traders only, would be to buy right here, right as we were finishing off the stream. All right, and I told you guys aggressive traders are going to be buying right here, just like I told you guys aggressive traders are going to be buying right here. I told you guys I'm not, because the MACD and stuff wasn't really clear right there. It got clear like around 11 p.m., which I was not streaming that late. What I did was I bought right here off the breakout, okay? And then I played from the breakout to this middle of this candle over here. I didn't know it was going to go up higher, but I wanted to just take my profit and run away so I can use that profit to buy more Bitcoin, buy more Dogecoin, buy more Ethereum, or just freaking, maybe I'll go drinking or something, or buy more cigars. Who the heck knows? But I sold a little bit too early, and I joke pretty frequently that I sell too early. Now, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, you see the bearishness coming in. You see the bearishness about to come in with the MACD on the 1 hour chart, giving you an opportunity hopefully to buy a little bit more. And then from there, you're looking at another move. My fear here is that, let's say we do end up dipping back down, come back down here. Are we going to make? We're eventually going to have a little bit of a move back up. Will that give us an opportunity to break out and go higher? Or are we going to get rejected right here and come back down even more? That's really the gamble that people are taking right now. But even if you buy right here, you know, you can move your stop loss up if you wanted to a little bit, or you can just keep your stop loss right around here, you know, around 42,100. And if it breaks, you really don't lose too much money, but you lose money. Or you wait for a pattern to show up sometime in this. You wait for the pattern to break out, you wait for the crossovers to be good, and you trade that breakout for a little bit more consistency for your portfolio. But, you know, either way, there's some opportunities here. But if you trade the breakout and not buy that dip, you're looking at not making as much profit, which, of course, is going to be a little bit different. Or for the people that want to buy down here, they buy, it breaks out, they double down, and then make even more money. The opportunities are endless when you're trading. But for me, you know, the patience is what's killing me. And right now, we're looking at an hourly chart, which means even if I wanted to take that trade, it's probably going to be very late at night when I have the opportunity to take it, which sucks. And I don't want to do an order block or, you know, a trigger trade or anything like that right now. I just want to be awake and actively trading, which is why I prefer day trading. Swing trading, you gotta rely on it holding for quite a bit of time. But so far, you know, so far we're managing to hold okay. And there you go. I had over 100K saved up, and then I fell for the whole AMC thing and over leveraged myself, and I'm holding a negative 26K bag, and the reverse split flipped my average to 200 shares at 130. Oh geez, yeah, that split thing is confusing when it goes over to AMC. Just make sure at the end of the day you walk away with some money and you don't leave it all in there to be screwed over. I'm hoping the AMC will eventually have another pump up here, but yeah, it's definitely been rough for people that go into the what do I call them, like the more the gambling stocks, kind of almost like some cryptocurrencies out there. Just make sure you have an exit plan no matter what happens. You know, you can write off a lot of it off of taxes, so that's always a nice thing. But just make sure you talk to an accountant and make sure it is written off properly, because it'll go a long way to helping you out at the end of the year and things like that. Or I guess, you know, next March, April, May, I don't know when taxes are filed. I pay my taxes quarterly. It's not the normal schedule. Let's see right here. Can Bitcoin go up ASAP and not go into the correction of 42,300? Wait, what do you mean? I can't see your word here. Let me do this very fast. So can Bitcoin go up ASAP and not go in correction to 42,300? It can. You would have to see Bitcoin hold for maybe about for another 45 minutes without breaking down, and then from there you could see the opportunity for us to keep on going higher. So yeah, it's possible. You really want to see Bitcoin like hold though next like hour, 45 minutes primarily, I would say. Otherwise, you're going to see the MACD accelerate back down, the stochastic accelerate back down. The 1 hour is already bearish. The MACD looks like it wants to be bearish, so it's kind of like yuck. And we got what, 2 minutes until we have the next hourly candle come over, and that's probably we're going to see that flush coming in over that next hour. So it's really just going to be, can we hold for that first 45 minutes of the next hour candle? You know, we'll see. You can see these small lower highs right here. A good thing to kind of help that out if you're looking for something bullish would just be to break out of that cycle right here. Not sure if we are, but that'd be the best thing for it. Okay, but okay, buddy, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go try to find some food. I haven't eaten all day, and all of a sudden, as soon as I start talking for a while, lo and behold, I realize that I am starving. I'm gonna go run over to the store and grab myself some stuff to make a sandwich, which will be tasty. But yeah, so keep an eye on Bitcoin. There's gonna be an opportunity to buy probably here soon over the next few hours. There's not as much news coming out this week, hopefully, so, you know, expect more of calmer heads to prevail with Bitcoin. Now that all the volatility is out of the way for the CPI report and everything like that, I think you guys would be a little bit better. But just relax, chill, and kind of enjoy this move. There's no major breakout happening besides what we saw earlier today, so I don't really feel the need to just buy back in. I'm going to wait a little bit longer for things to consolidate. And hey, Moon Lambro, do I ever do any live streams where I'm trading? I recommend Fairdesk. I have a link for them down below. BitNX is a good one. I also have a link down below for them. For day trading, yes, I do day trading, but the setup has to be there. I will not go out of my way to find the perfect pattern. I have everything set up. When that buy signal comes to me from the oscillators and the change of characters in the price action, I will buy. But if if we're trading it, like if we're trading right now and there's nothing there, I just won't take it. So it's kind of like when it happens, or if I see it if I see the opportunity while I'm streaming, I'll take it and I'll do a live trade with you. I think I did that 2 days ago, and we made a few $100 just trading for like, I don't know, like a half an hour or something like that. Just to kind of show you guys the thought process that went behind my trade. Things like that. But yeah, I do live trading every now and again, but the setup has to be there. All right. Thanks everybody, and see you guys later on tonight, or yeah, later on tonight if we have a crash or something like that. But